84% of developers now use or plan to use AI tools. 51% use them every single day. But here's the shocking part. Only 29% actually trust the output to be accurate. So, with dozens of AI coding assistants flooding the market, which ones are actually worth your time and money? I spent weeks testing the 6 tools that real developers are evaluating in 2026. Cursor, GitHub Copilot, Claude Code, Cline, SourceGraph Cody, and Windsurf. I ran the same real-world coding tasks across all of them, building features, fixing bugs, refactoring codebases. Some blew me away, some were honestly disappointing, and the pricing models, they change every quarter. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which tool fits your workflow, your budget, and your coding style. Let's break them down one by one.
First up is Cursor, and it's the tool that changed how I think about coding. Cursor is a full fork of VS Code, meaning you get the exact same interface, the same extensions, the same shortcuts, but with AI woven into the very fabric of the editor. It's not a plugin bolted on as an afterthought. The standout feature is called Composer, which can propose multi-file edits in a single pass. You describe a feature, and Cursor can create new files, modify existing ones, and wire up imports across your entire project. The tab completions handle the small stuff in real time, and the codebase context means the model can reason about your entire project, not just the file you have open. Pricing starts with a free hobby plan, then $20 a month for Pro, which gives you extended agent limits and access to frontier models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google. There's also a $60 Pro Plus tier and a $200 Ultra plan for heavy users. One thing to watch: Cursor uses credit-based billing. Auto mode is unlimited, but manually selecting premium models like Claude Sonnet draws from a pool that can deplete faster than you might expect. Cursor is best for developers who want one environment with AI built in and are willing to step outside the official VS Code build.
Next is GitHub Copilot, and it holds a unique position as the enterprise default. If your company uses GitHub, Copilot is almost certainly the tool your IT department approves. It works as an extension in over 30 editors: VS Code, Visual Studio, JetBrains, Neovim, you name it. The integration with GitHub is its superpower. Copilot can reference your pull requests, your issues, your entire repository structure. The pricing is the lowest in the industry, at $10 a month for the Pro plan, and there's a genuinely useful free tier that gives you 2,000 completions and 50 agent requests per month at no cost. Copilot uses models from OpenAI, Anthropic, and Google, so you're not locked into one model family. Now, there's a catch: GitHub Copilot is moving to usage-based AI credits starting June 1st, 2026. The flat rate model is shifting to a credit system, which means your monthly cost could fluctuate depending on how much you use it. For teams already embedded in the GitHub ecosystem, Copilot is the path of least resistance. It's not the most powerful agent, but it's the most reliable and widely supported.
Number 3 is Claude Code from Anthropic, and it's the most unique tool on this list. Claude Code doesn't live in your IDE. It runs in the terminal as a command line agent. And here's why that matters: it operates at the project level. You can open your terminal, type a command, and Claude Code will read your entire codebase, understand the architecture, plan a multi-file refactor, execute it, and then iterate based on what it finds. It's not autocomplete. It's not even a chat assistant. It's more like having a senior developer who can plan and execute complex changes autonomously. The pricing is interesting. Claude Code is bundled with Claude Pro at $20 a month, which also gives you access to Claude's web interface, so if you're already paying for Claude, you get this for free. There are also max plans at $100 and $200 for heavier usage. In my testing, Claude Code was the best tool for large-scale refactoring projects. The planning loop, where it reads, plans, executes, and reviews, is something no other tool does at this level. Pair it with whatever editor you already use, and you've got a powerful combination for complex work.
Fourth is Cline, and if you value freedom and control, this one's for you. Klein is an open-source VS Code extension that works as an autonomous coding agent. The key difference: bring your own key. You connect your own API keys from Anthropic, OpenAI, Google, or even local models running. Through Allama, Klein itself is completely free. You only pay for the API calls you make and for light usage on efficient models like Claude, Haiku, or open-source alternatives that can run under $5 a month. This is the tool for developers who want maximum flexibility and zero vendor lock-in. You choose your model, you control your costs, you keep your code private if you run local models. The trade-off is that you need to manage your own API keys and monitor your usage, which adds a layer of complexity. But for cost-conscious developers, privacy advocates, or anyone who wants to experiment with different models without switching tools, Klein is unmatched. It's also the only mainstream option that lets you use entirely local, offline models, pair it with Allama, and your code never leaves your machine.
Fifth on our list is Windsurf, formerly known as the editor from Codium. Windsurf is another AI-first fork of VS Code, similar to Cursor, but with its own approach. The flagship feature is Cascade, an agentic workflow that can plan and execute multi-step coding tasks. It also offers code maps, visual representations of your codebase architecture that make navigation and understanding much easier. Windsurf includes a free tier with daily usage limits and base models, plus a $20 Pro plan. What sets Windsurf apart is its proprietary SWE1 5 model from Cognition, which claims 13 times faster execution than Claude Sonnet 4.5 on internal benchmarks. That's a bold claim, and in practice, the speed difference is noticeable for certain types of tasks. Windsurf is best for developers who want an agentic editor, but find Cursor's pricing model or model lock-in limiting. The ecosystem is smaller than Cursor's, and there was an ownership change in 2025 that introduces some continuity risk. But the product itself is solid and actively developed. So how do you actually choose? The answer depends less on benchmarks and more on how you work. If you live in VS Code and don't want to leave, GitHub Copilot is your path of least resistance. $10 a month, 30+ IDEs, free tier available. Done if you want a single AI-native environment and don't mind switching editors. Cursor has the most mature ecosystem at $20 a month. Windsurf is the strong alternative, with different agentic features. For multi-file refactors and project-level work, Claude Code from the terminal is unmatched, and it's included if you already pay. For Claude Pro, for maximum flexibility and cost control, Klein with Bring Your Own Key is the play. And here's the secret most reviewers won't tell you. Most developers who use these tools heavily end up combining two of them, not just one. An IDE assistant like Cursor or Copilot for daily coding, plus a terminal agent like Claude Code for the big stuff. That combination gives you the best of both worlds. The tools themselves are easy to use. Getting good output is not. Prompting, providing context, reviewing AI-generated code, and knowing when to override the agent, these skills matter more than which tool you pick. And those skills compound across tools, so investing in the workflow once pays off no matter which assistant you settle on.
Let's recap. Cursor is the AI-first editor with the richest ecosystem at $20 a month. GitHub Copilot is the enterprise standard at just $10 with the broadest IDE support in a free tier. Claude Code is the terminal powerhouse for large refactors bundled with Claude Pro. Klein is the open-source champion with Bring Your Own Key flexibility. And Windsurf is the rising challenger with its own agentic approach. Remember, 84% adoption, but only 29% trust. The tools are powerful, but your judgment as a developer matters more than ever. The role isn't disappearing, it's shifting toward review, orchestration, and thinking. Start with a free tier, test on your real projects, and combine tools for the best results.
If this comparison helped you decide which AI coding assistant to try, hit that subscribe button. We test AI tools every single day so you don't have to waste time and money figuring out what works. Drop a comment below which tool are you using right now and what's your honest take. Are you Team Cursor, Team Copilot, or something else entirely? And if you want more AI tool reviews, tutorials, and deep dives, we've got new videos every day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.